What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Appreciate you guys tuning in for another video. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button. You know, we're really trying to grow the channel, so we definitely don't want you to miss out on any future videos. We kind of got a cool video here. We got a cool opportunity last week. I guess it's a couple weeks ago now.
Maybe
3 weeks ago. I don't know. I don't know. The time is flying right now, but I got a random phone call from somebody at Major League Fishing and said, "Hey, we got an opportunity for you. Are you interested?" So I hung up the phone. I called Brittany, and she was like, immediately yes. So from there, we've started some planning. So we're going to dive in and let you guys know what this little adventure we're going on here over the next couple weeks.
We leave Monday.
We leave Monday, yeah. And it's quite the adventure. So we're going to dive in and tell you all about it. All right, so we kind of had a slower off season, I guess, scheduled. You know, yeah, our October was pretty open.
Which I tell him all the time. We never actually have time in the off season. He thinks in his brain because it's off season we have time, but we never actually have time. This year
we had the whole month of October.
We actually did have
clean.
Time.
There was nothing on the calendar, and then all of a sudden, bam, 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 bam. Now we're going all over the world.
Full.
Where are we going?
Which one?
Where are we going next week to go fishing?
Okay.
We're going fishing.
Well, yeah, okay. You got to back up a little bit. So we got a call from Major League Fishing asking us if we want to go to China.
China. We're going bass fishing in China. They're having a Major League Fishing, I guess it's the MLF China division.
Yes.
Is putting on an international tournament.
Yes.
From what I understand, it is essentially like a tournament, but it's also like a festival or an expo show like we would have here where a bunch of people are coming. I guess that it's like the grand opening of this resort and this new lake possibly. I don't really know for sure all the details, but we got invited.
The tournament is to help celebrate it. And like he said, we don't really know like a ton about it other than it's this new resort out there. But it also has like the longest fishing pier in all of China, all of northern China.
I think so.
Which is crazy. So it's like lots of promotion, and in cahoots with that, there's a bass fishing tournament on this new lake. So
yeah, so I'm excited. But I need your guys' help. Everyone who's watching this, I need you to drop in the comments what kind of tackle you think I should pack. Because that's what I'm struggling with right now. One, we gotta take it on an airplane, so I can't take a whole lot of stuff. So I gotta be very mindful of what I pick and choose tackle wise. But I have no idea where to even start as far as baits or.
And they've been super helpful with like they can supply a lot of it, but as you guys know, you like what you like, and they might not have it, so we have to bring stuff. But where do you even begin? In a random... So they sent us like screenshots of the fishery because... So in China, there's no Google. So there's no Google Maps, no Google Earth, none of that. So we were trying to find it over here, which our like liaison in between it sent us some coordinates and some pictures, and so we were able to find it. But once we get over there, you won't be able to see it like that. So
I know.
It's interesting. It has a dam, so we'll start there.
Oh yeah, it's a man-made lake. I think a lot of the lakes over there are, as far as what I could gather.
Yeah.
This is Tiantai Lake in Zhenhong. Tiantai Lake in Zhenhong. Zhenhong.
Yeah,
Zhenhong. I don't know. I'm going to struggle a little bit with the language barrier.
We have been learning some Mandarin, which is super exciting.
Let's hear it.
No, you got to do it.
I don't remember it.
So, how are you?
Ni hao. Ni hao.
That's hello. Ni hao is hello, and ni hao ma is how are you. Thank you. Xin.
Something like that.
But we did get a translator like a little, it works on and offline. But so that'll be super, super helpful. I got a little travel guide and all of that. But thank God for Mr. Lee, because hopefully he will be helping us along the way with all of that.
Yeah. So what the tournament is like the 11th, 12th, 13th?
Yeah, it's a 3-day tournament on this lake.
On this lake. Never been to. Never caught a bass outside of the continental, I guess. I caught bass in Canada and the United States.
Yeah.
That's it. Never been overseas at all, honestly.
So, yeah.
This is really my first international travel in general, and we're going to China.
Yeah, so actually, fun caveat with that. He hadn't traveled international. I love international travel. Like, I love it so much. I mean, my sister normally do it together, or I do it by myself with a group, but we had planned an international trip. We had planned to, and I do this because it's a cruise, so you're not technically flying in, but we had planned a cruise just to see if we like that type of vacation. And I love cruising, but he hadn't been on a cruise ship. So we had booked a cruise to Mexico at the end of October, thinking, we'll have all this time to get house stuff done, and then we'll go on a short cruise. So Mexico was supposed to be his first, like, technically international place, and then now we got China, so his first ever. I mean, he is a go big or go home kind of human,
right.
So we might as well go the full 12-hour difference.
Yeah, it's literally the opposite side of the world. Like, you couldn't get further. I mean, literally.
I couldn't believe it.
It's a 12-hour time difference from where we're at right now, so.
I thought he was pulling my leg. I'm so excited. I cannot wait to go. So we fly into Beijing, and then I can't remember if it's north or south of Beijing.
It's kind of south of Beijing a little ways. I really can't tell exactly how far it is. The little bit of directions I tried to get said it was about 4 hours, but I'm not quite sure. But it's going to be interesting. Yeah. It's going to be an interesting couple weeks. It literally takes like 2 days to get there.
We lose
because
a day,
it's
technically.
12 hours ahead of where we're at now. So automatically right now, it's almost tomorrow.
Yes.
It's 12 hours ahead. So it's always almost a day ahead. And then it's a 16-hour flight or 18-hour flight to get there. So there you're looking high 20s to 30 hours ahead of where you're at before you get there.
Ever international trip. I can't.
So that's gonna be interesting, and then the
I got him compression socks.
adjusting to the time change is gonna be something that is interesting. If you got any tips for that, I've never really had any large flights like this. I think 6 or 8 hours is probably the longest. So
I did set the flight up well, so we leave at night.
Yeah, we're leaving at like midnight and flying all.
Fly, you basically like lose a day, and then we'll actually end up 2 days in the morning. So technically sleeping on the flight, it should feel semi-okay. I'm kind of worried about the coming back part.
Well, that'll be all right.
Yeah.
Once we get home, we can sleep at home.
For only like a couple days.
Well, but that's fine. But once we're home, like, you can sleep and get acclimated fairly quickly. I feel like it's when you're going there and then like you have to be somewhere pretty quick.
Yeah, that's true.
That you got to get into it. But I'm excited. I'm going to catch a bass outside of the country. A China bass. So hopefully I'm going to plan on bringing some cameras, bringing the GoPros or something, and try and record some of this so you guys can see what it's all about. I have no idea what to expect. Really no clue. And I'm just going for the experience. I think it'll be really cool. I'm excited to meet all the Chinese anglers. There's definitely a language barrier there, but we all share the same passion of bass fishing, and that's pretty cool. We can always speak in fishing, even though we can't communicate language-wise. I've kind of had some experience with the MLF International Division in like the Toyota Series Championship. I've fished with a couple guys from Mexico that didn't speak great English, and we had great days on the water. Like, it was a lot of fun. And it was just like I said, we couldn't really communicate very well.
Because you didn't speak their language.
Yeah.
And they didn't speak
Right.
their
So
language.
we couldn't communicate that way, but we could communicate on the water fishing wise. And like, that's really cool to see how you can, you can bond with someone. And that's, I consider him a friend now. Like, that's pretty cool. Every time we see him, we're always chit chatting
Yeah, he's fabulous.
Yeah.
He is a fabulous.
So that's really cool. And, I'm hoping to build some of those same relationships or experiences here in China.
We're gonna bring you along for his China packing too. So
yes, like I said, we need to pack some tackle. I think we can only take one suitcase apiece on this trip.
Really?
I think so.
Oh no.
So we got to be very, very specific on what we pack. I don't know. Obviously.
They're gonna flag us. They're gonna take all
Oh,
our
probably.
stuff.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to put some lures in both suitcases.
Probably. I mean, my plan is to pack a suitcase and like a backpack or something that I carry with me and just some emergency stuff.
Oh yeah, I was about you
Not
can't.
bait.
Yeah,
no.
You can. I don't think you can carry those and carry on.
But here's what I'm thinking. I mean, so looking at some pictures of this lake, it looks like it's.
And I'll put some of these pictures.
It looks like a man-made lake. It's not very. Doesn't look very grassy. It looks like there's a lot of like industrial type structure, so hard structure. So I'm thinking, some finesse baits, shaky head, worms, maybe some jigs, and you need some sort of minnows. I'm not sure on the boat situation, the electronic situation, none of that.
We don't know if he's like in a team.
I really don't know any of that information. I'm just going over there with some tackle, and I'm gonna say, let's go fishing and see if we can't catch a few. But obviously some minnows, some Yamamoto scope shads. I know they've never seen the Becker's grape juice over there, so we'll try that. And
that would be awesome.
Yeah. I'm also excited to see if they have any cool tackle. I know Japan has huge tackle market, but I've never really heard much out of China, and I'm sure it's very similar. You just don't hear about it as much. So
let's be honest, when he found out, he was automatically Googling tackle shops around the Beijing area. So.
Yeah, well, you can't Google them.
Yeah, I was about to say they don't have.
That's actually on my list to ask Mr. Lee what if there's any cool tackle shops around the area that we can check out while we're there. Just because I just want to see the stuff, and obviously I'm gonna bring some home for sure. Some stuff
we need
that I've never seen
suitcase.
before. No, we'll just throw the clothes out if we have to. Yeah, you take disposable clothes. So if you buy too much tackle, you just throw the clothes out. You get more clothes at home and bring the tackle home. That's all I'm looking at it.
Oh my gosh. They also don't have YouTube, so all of any videos we're able to make, it'll be after we get back. So be patient with us on that. They don't have, I don't even know if they have social media in the context that we have it. So I don't know what we can share.
I don't think there's much of anything. So we may be a little MIA on the channel.
Yeah.
Definitely won't be able to answer the comments and stuff, but hopefully we plan on getting some videos in the bank this coming week. That way, while we're gone, we can still publish some videos, but I'll be out of touch for a little bit. So I won't be able to answer the comments till we get back in the country and get caught up on things. But I'm excited about it. It's definitely something different. It's
Did you think you would ever be going to China?
No, China was never on my list, ever. Like, I never expected to be going to China. Japan, yes. I always wanted to go to Japan just for the, the fishing side of things. And had this, I feel like if we had a better opportunity to plan for this, we would have incorporated Japan into this trip. So maybe, hopefully, this turns into a reoccurring trip. They said this tournament may become an annual thing. And, if we enjoy it, we could possibly come back next year or every year. And
I said yes.
Definitely, if that happens, like, I want to incorporate a week into Japan, next year or whatever, if we have more time to plan it. Like, this got thrown into our lap literally 2 weeks before we leave, or 3 weeks before we leave for it. So it was like, it's a mad scramble, and it's like, just try and get flights and everything just enough to make this trip work. You don't want to add anything onto it. And then the other I guess, issue with adding on to the trip is we had just booked a cruise
Yeah.
the following
Literally,
week. So
like,
we get
2
home
days
from
prior.
China for 2 days, and then we're getting on a cruise ship for another, what, 6-7 days?
Yeah.
So
We were trying to be spontaneous with the cruise.
Yeah.
And then China, we're like, well, let's just go for it.
So it's going to be a busy month of October. Somewhere in between all that, I got to pick up a new boat.
Yes, we're dropping off the truck today.
Yeah, get some stuff wrapped, and
Yes.
still would like to go fishing some more. The fish are biting around here, so it's going to be a busy month. But, you know, I love it. Wouldn't have it any other way. And it's pretty crazy to think that what bass fishing has done.
Well, and how big...
All this comes from Major League Fishing, so
Yeah.
it's pretty crazy.
I know. I didn't realize, like, how vast the Major League Fishing, I mean, like, community is. Like, MLF China called. Like, how in the... I mean, that is wild. Like, it's so wild. It's so exciting, though.
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm excited about it. So I'm curious your guys' thoughts. Make sure you drop them in the comments down below.
Tell us
Leave
if
us
you've
debates.
ever been there.
Yeah, if anyone's ever been to China, would love to hear about your experience or any do's and don'ts, and
And
any
baits.
cool places in Beijing. We're flying into
Yeah.
Beijing, and I think we have a day before and a day after the tournament to kind of explore. So
Yeah.
if you got any ideas or cool things to check out in Beijing, let us know. Other than that,
And baits.
baits.
Bait recommendations.
Any tackle recommendations? Obviously, Cincos. They eat a Cinco everywhere. I'm curious to see. I bet I could catch a bass on a Cinco in China.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
What do you think their, like, main bait is going to be? Because, you know, over here...
Well,
like,
that's what I don't know what the forage is.
Yeah.
That's I wish I knew what the bass eat there. Like if there's a certain kind of shad or minnow or bluegill, or you don't know what they eat. And
Yeah.
then once you understand what they eat, you can kind of mimic that with your bait choices. But I don't even know what that is. And then the other thing is I don't know, like, seasonally what season it is. Like when do the bass spawn? Is it summer? Is it winter? Like,
Yeah, they said it's like 70-ish
yeah, the weather looks good. I mean, it's like,
it looks nice, but it could be like spring or fall.
yeah,
or...
it's like highs in the 70s, lows in the 60s. I mean, it looks like beautiful weather, but I don't know what that means as far as seasonal patterns of
Yeah.
a bass or anything. So it's very interesting, but curious your guys' thoughts. So make sure you drop them in the comments. Appreciate all you guys watching as always, and we'll see you guys next time.
And the next video will be what he's actually bringing in the suitcase. So stay tuned. Bye.
See ya.